Hey guys, it's Martin Cliff. Welcome to another episode of Music, Minimalism and Mental Health. And we're focusing on the third one today because I just wanted to share briefly about why we need to keep talking about mental health. So I'm hopefully on the upside of, but certainly going through at the moment, a dip in my mental health. If you follow me on Facebook or Instagram, you'll know that I posted yesterday about how, just in one of these periods of low mood, which then results in low energy. It's interesting how sometimes our mental state can then impact our physical sort of well-being as well. And I know that from the nature of my own understanding of my mental health, that for me, this is a short-term thing. I have these dips, these periods of lowness, a number of times a year, depending on stress levels and what else is going on. It may only be 3 or 4 times a year. It may be 10 or 12 times a year, but usually they only last for 1 to 4 days. And this is day 3. I think really things started to get a bit much for me on Tuesday evening, and it's now Friday morning as I'm filming this, so hopefully we're at the tail end of it. But everyone is different, and I think we need to keep talking about things like this because of the fact that everyone is different. Everyone who has mental health challenges is going through slightly different stuff. And I think because it is unseen, it is something that we need to talk about, to raise awareness of, and to try and remove some of the stigma from it. Because it is a genuine mental condition, in the same way that maybe you do, as I do, particularly this time of year, suffer from hay fever. That is a genuine mental condition, a genuine condition. It's an allergy. Or maybe you are lactose intolerant or have a peanut allergy. There's no stigma against these. Or maybe you have a sprained ankle or a broken arm or something. But they're easier to see because the traits of those are visible, or at least fairly apparent. And because of over the years, there's been so much stigma. If you're suffering from a depression or anxiety, often you're encouraged just to power through it, or buckle up and man up, or whatever it is. And that just doesn't work. But through the years, it's been such a thing that it's been regarded almost as insignificant. Well, it's not insignificant. Those of us who experience this know that it's far from insignificant. It can have a really significant impact on our lives. And as I say, I'm fortunate that I have short-term bursts when things are a little bit out of whack. But if you're someone who goes through it and has it long-term, I have a couple of dear friends who suffer majorly from anxiety and depression, and it's more of a prolonged long-term thing. When they go in a dip, they maybe don't come out of a dip for 3 or 4 weeks. And it's really hard. And saying, buckle up or pull out of it, or, it doesn't help. What helps is to be there for them. To be there, and the best thing you can do if you have someone in your life who is going through mental health challenges is say, I'm here when you're ready to talk. Because there will be times when we're not ready to talk, but we will still value knowing that people are there willing to listen. As a Christian, there's nothing better than hearing that people are praying for me when I'm going through what I'm going through. That really helps me. And I think it is certainly easier for me as a Christian going through the dips, because there is a underlying level of joy, of peace, that comes as part of my faith and of my relationship with God, that means that I know that I can get through it, and I know I will see the peak at the other side, because I know I can never get too low. I don't understand, honestly, how people can go through life without faith, but I guess that's why, it is such a challenge for so many people, even more so than it is for me. But yeah, I just wanted to post this video because of the fact that I'm in a dip. I think also, we should talk about these things when we're not going through dips. And that's something I try to do, but maybe I haven't been as good at on this channel as I would like to be. But yeah, getting to know your condition, getting to know your mind, getting to know what the challenges of life are for different people, I think is a really big deal. For me, I'm fairly open, so when I'm going through stuff, people know. But I'm sure there are people in your life who go through stuff and you don't know. So look out for the signs, look out for people who are normally sociable but withdraw at times. Or the people who suddenly become massively extroverted when they're normally quite introverted, because sometimes that's a coping mechanism. Okay, I can't handle my life at the moment, so I'm just going to put myself out there and create a character that is larger than life, because that'll enable me to shut myself away. That also works. I've done that in the past. Those of you who've known me for a long time will have seen that, I'm sure. But yeah, just talk about it. Talk about it. Listen to people. Find other people in your life that you can really open up to. Because, it's not... a lot of what we go through... There are times when everybody feels sad. There are times when everybody needs to feel sad. It's an important coping mechanism. There are times when everybody needs to feel anxious because it's a survival instinct. But those who go through it uncontrollably, or a lot more than the norm, it's a disorder. It's called a disorder for a reason. It doesn't mean something is wrong with you, and it is okay to not be okay. But at the same time, the more aware we are of it in our own lives and in other people's lives, the better it will be, I think, for everyone. We need to remove the stigma. Some people go through mental health challenges for a period and then they get over it, whether it's through life stress or whatever it is. Other people battle with this for their entire lives. But talk about it. Listen to each other. Watch out for the signs. Let's remove the stigma. Thanks for listening, guys. Until next time.